The mullock is another lizard famous for its horns. Look at him. In shape, he's rather similar to our horned lizards, but he belongs to a different family and is at home in Australia. It seems unfair to have him named after an ancient god who demanded human sacrifice, for this slow-moving 8-inch lizard is quite harmless. He looks terrifying because of the masses of thorny spikes that grow all over his thick orange and brown skin. In his hot and dry habitat, he gets the moisture he needs by absorbing dew through his skin. He lives on a diet of ants, which he collects on his sticky tongue. Neither does the name basilisk fit the lizards that bear it. These innocent reptiles, natives of Central America, were given the name of a fabled serpent whose breath or even look was supposed to be fatal. Growing as long as 12 inches, a male double-crested basilisk can look very imposing when he raises a spiked ridge along his back and inflates the large lobes of skin that adorn the back of his head. Look at him. A basilisk is able to run on his hind legs. Oh no, look at him. In almost an upright position. He folds his forefeet against his sides and uses his tail for balance. Isn't that funny? Living beside a stream as he does, he can escape an enemy by whisking along on 2 feet across the surface of the water. The tiny fringes of his scales that edge his toes help support his weight. There are other lizards that can run as well, as though they were bipeds or 2-footed animals. One such is the frilled lizard of Australia, who dashes to safety on his hind legs. When cornered, this harmless, long-tailed... Let me turn the page. Sorry, kids. Whoa, look at him. 20-inch lizard is a frightening sight, I'll say. Look at him. He opens wide his yellow-lined mouth. Whoa. And at the same time extends a great fan of skin that forms a spectacular collar, 7 to 9 inches in diameter. We'll look at him down here. Ordinarily, this effective display is folded against his shoulders. The inoffensive bearded lizard, also of Australia, inspires fear when he seems to enlarge his head. He does this by opening his mouth, swelling out the sides of his neck, and expanding his throat with a terrifying array of spiky scales. He's about 18 inches long. Boy, there are a lot of interesting lizards God made. Bipedal lizards, unrelated to the Australian ones, are found in this country. One is the collared lizard. He lives in warm and dry areas where there are plenty of rocks. He dashes away from danger on his hind legs. Is that him? That little guy? On his hind legs, holding high his very long tail. He may become 12 inches or more in total length when fully grown. The collared lizard gets his name from the 2 black bands separated by a white space that are behind his head. His throat is often orange. His general body color may be yellowish, gray, or bright green, with varied spots and markings. The females are more subdued, that means calm in color. The collared lizard is a cannibal and delights to dine on small lizards. He will tackle a young snake For a change, he eats flowers and tender leaves. The smaller zebra-tailed lizard of our desert regions also rears up as he runs. He is said to be able to travel at a speed of 18 miles an hour for a short distance. Wow. He curls his tail, striped black and white on its underside, over his back as he makes a swift escape from peril. Peril means danger. Famous, too, for speedy traveling are look at him. They're so funny. I'd like to see one run. Are the race runners, common in many parts of this country. They're talking about the United States when they say this country. There are a great many kinds of these ground lizards.